Welcome, it's Chris, the head instructor at Reborn Martial Arts here in Springfield, Virginia. Today we're going to be continuing our examination of Xing Yi and some of the drills that we do in our studio. Today we're going to be working on drilling, Zhuan, and it's the water fist. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start in our Xing Yi guard, which you might recognize from our P, from the metal chopping videos. From here, we're going to shift our weight forward. We're going to pull back with the lead hand, and then we're going to drill out with this fist. And we're going to look at what that drilling means in a second. Right now it just kind of looks like you're throwing a punch, but there's a very fine detail of this corkscrewing motion that we're going to do with our fist. So again, we're here. This hand's going to pull back to my center line. I'm going to step through and drill with this fist. From the side, it looks like this. Over here. This hand's going to pull back and strike. Notice the back-weighted stance. I have room that I can go forward. I can go backward. From the other side. Okay, so first thing we're going to start out, I'm going to take a guard. My opponent is going to throw just a lead hand jab. So this is usually where we start. We're going to check range, make sure that we're in a distance that it's a real threat. And then as he throws that strike, you notice my initial starting position. He throws the strike. I'm going to redirect this offline. And now I'm going to step in with my rear leg, and I'm going to drill this into, I'm really fine tuning, looking for targets. So the first one is an obvious one right into the temple. I can go right into the neck with this punch. You can even go into sort of a downward motion with their fist because it's doing this corkscrew. And as my hand turns over into position, I can actually get this as a downward back fist sort of to the bridge of the nose. So we've got a couple options as far as where I strike. Best available target. If my opponent's a lot taller, this angle to the temple might be hard, but I can have this more downward towards the nose. I can also, and remember when I said I'm going to pull this hand back, that's going to cause my partner to jump forward, and my downward strikes to this coiling in position becomes more obvious. So as we're here, I pull off balance, and now I'm bringing this in. I'm finding the best available targets. We're here, or this downward motion towards the nose. Striking in here. If he throws across, I'm going to block in this way. I actually have more targets in this case. I can come into the neck. I can go to the temple this direction. If he starts throwing that other hand, this becomes a downward block this direction. So again, cross happens. I have my targets here. In a defensive mindset, I could strike here, but if he starts throwing the next strike, I'm going to prioritize the block to not get hit. One advanced way that you can practice this, do 1, 2, 1, 2. Is my strike happened, and then I follow through with this downward motion. Let's try that one more time. 1, 2. And I'm just moving my body offline using the strike as defensive barrier to this up arm. The next thing that can happen, so say we're in confrontation, we're moving around this way, or we're grappling for position. Part of drilling is finding the best available target, and that's not always the obvious ones up high through the body strikes and whatnot. So in this case, I'm actually going to go drilling a little bit lower. So we're here, we're scrapping around. In my drill, I'm just turn this way so you can see. This motion, we have it in our forms as a turnaround, is this drilling motion. What I'm doing is coiling, corkscrewing in between openings. So we're here, we're moving, we're swiveling, and now I'm down here. And from this position, we can drop our opponent. Playing around, we're moving. We're going to drop down, coil the arm through, and then pull out from this direction. All right, now I'm just going to introduce a nice little drill for drilling. A drill that we're going to do. We're going to just start out. Mike is going to feed me a first strike. I want to make sure I parry it. Now, best available target, I'm going to strike in this direction. He's going to feed me another strike right from where we are. I'm going to block, I'm going to drill it. He's going to feed me another strike. Block, and then drill it. And we're going to move around. So he's going to strike, drill. He's going to strike, drill. He's going to strike. Boom. And I'm finding best available targets. I'm trying to make it one motion. Got me, good.
That was a good one.